Okay, welcome guys back to Distant Worlds 2. My name is DasTactic. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to this pretty much ongoing series. I've been sort of bouncing back between this channel and Slytherin channel, so it's a little bit disjointed if you've been trying to sort of follow along, I guess, without looking at both those channels. So I'll do a bit of a summary as to where we are. I don't have any more scheduled streams for Distant Worlds 2 over on the Slytherin channel at this stage, so we'll get a bit of a run now on my own channels. Hi, Japaransk, how you going? So anyway, we're playing as a Dayuts in this one. I'll just get the sound down a little bit, and I'll just continue the game, and we can just sort of get into it. So the reason for so much Distant Worlds 2 content this week is because it is the birthday celebration of Distant Worlds 2, which is 4 years old, and so there's a pretty massive deal on at the moment, 65% off for Distant Worlds 2, so I do want to highlight that. If you are wanting the game, now's a great time to go and grab it. This is an incredible game. If anyone does have any questions about the game, please sing out, and I'll do my best to explain what's going on. And also just, I think the biggest thing I find with Distant Worlds, and same with Distant Worlds Universe, it was the same sort of deal with where people actually come into it assuming it's like typical Space 4X's and play it that way, but it's just not. It's a very, very unique and different game, and you can't really play it like a typical game. You've really got to embrace the fact that it's actually a simulation at its core, and then play from there. And it's an incredible game. There really is no other Space 4X like it. It's just astounding. Now today we want to take this. This here is an independent world, the Shaogun system, and there's pirates around here. Where is it? It's over here. So this is Agidorv, the forest moon, which is full of Icarus. So there's only 158 million of them. So there's not very many. It's almost not worth it. But what it does do is it sort of gives us like the ability to then take control of all of this. And it means we're going to be extending our like what we have to then defend. So everything we take, we have to find a way to make sure that we can defend it in the future. Now, two things have happened in the last couple of sessions that I've played, both here and also on Slytherin, is that we've got long-range scanners, so I can turn them on, and we'll see them now popping up all over the place. So we've got a lot of coverage anyway. Like all of these areas, there shouldn't really be very many surprises coming in from, like you can see even back over here, we've got long-range scanners all around the Empire, and so it's one of these things where we've pretty much got eyes all over the place. And so if there is a group that decides to come and do something nasty to us, then this is going to be one of the outside areas that we will need to keep a force at, but we should be able to manage it, I think. You can see I've got some areas that aren't protected, like the Na'vi system. Again, fairly small, like only 163 million souls that live on that particular world. That's sort of slowly growing. They're Boscarans. They came from Rivik, which is up to 2 billion now. So these are growing larger and larger. So I think that will be the objective for this session, which should be very, very easy. It's just a matter of getting our invasion forces and moving them over, which I think I'll do. Might as well do that one right now. There's no real point in delaying. We are seeing a few other little things, like we've got the Boscarans, which I might just do a bit of a pan out. We don't have much of an idea of what's going on out through here. We can guess where people are. There's like the insectoids, which we're one of them. We've got ourselves over in here. We've got the Boscarans up through this side, and we have the Gizarians up this way. So they're potentially the friendships that we're going to end up having. I think that's interesting. The Mortallans are expanding. The Mortallans are in here. They're the reptilians, and they are doing, I think, pretty well in this game. Yeah, they're coming second. Well, I think maybe the Mortallans may need to become, like, once I think we'll just take that small world and then we'll go after them. We're actually leading the game at this stage, but anything could still happen. Hi Adrian, how you going? What's wrong with your voice? I've had I've had this on and off virus for months and months, and every so often it really hits hard, and yeah, so I've sort of lost my voice a little bit. I've gone to the doctor and get blood samples taken yesterday, so hopefully get to the bottom of whatever it is. But it's been on and off for a long, long time. Very, very annoying. I meant to apologise for that at the start. So it's yeah, just very, very frustrating. And George is saying 65% off is a great deal. It is indeed, and 30% off for a couple of the older DLCs, which are awesome DLCs too. So I do highly recommend that that you grab those 30% deals as well on the DLCs at the same time as the 65% off. Yeah, awesome game. The Dayots, I think, are one of the factions which is what we're playing as, that you can get in the DLCs. So I don't really need to look at the long-range scanners. We've sort of got that pretty well covered. So I'm just going to turn. Oops, that's the nebulas. I do like to see the nebulas because they're the choke points in space. So let's go and grab this now. We have our second fleet is back over here. 200,000. We've got 10 infantry, 15 armor, and we actually have 2 different generals now sitting on this particular fleet. So we'll send them across straight away just to do an invasion and get this one done and dusted. So we'll just go, where was it? It was down here. There it is. Prepare and invade. We'll just go and do this one. Prepare and, where was it? Invasion fleet, prepare and invade. So rather than just doing an invade, prepare and invade means that they will try to come in all together. They sort of will anyway, even with invade, but it just gives them a little bit more where they will actually then go and try to come in one swoop. So we'll just go and do that. So they're heading off that way. Let's just unpause the game. There's nothing else really going on that requires a lot of attention. The pirates, who are friendly to us, are moving out here to raid the humans. We do actually have a few different locations around the place. We're doing very, very well in this game. We've destroyed pretty much the Artooks, which were in here, and they've now subjugated to us. They will rise up at some point, I would think. If you have a bit of a look. Yeah, they're now a vassal. They're angry with us. Okay, so what do we got? We've got the location maps recovered. So in the different combats that we've had, we're just finding different things. We'll just dismiss that. Mortal insecurity. What have we got through here? This is the sell some secret information. Yeah, I might as well do it, I guess. I'll just turn that off. I'm just getting confusing with all of this stuff. The trade deal with the Dayot Council. Oh, hang on, that wasn't what I thought it was. That was the actual Dayots themselves, not the pirates. Mining station, and then we've got an Ardalis attack. Sorry, a Gravelex attack. So we've got a defense fleet coming in here, just cleaning up the environment. So they've destroyed that one. So we've got a whole range of fleets now, just sort of operating all over the place. This is the 5th Fleet. What's their job? They're defending from here at Finbar. We've got the 3rd Fleet, which is also now back at home base is the Newtonized Spaceport, which is at Finbar as well. And so they've got no mission. This is our main group. We've just got ourselves destroyers, and so we're just building those into the big fleets. We've got 2 big fleets. The 1st Fleet is positioned down here at the home worlds, and it is also trying to build up more ships. Now, what have we got? We've got the destroyers. We've now finished back up through here. So that's all good. Now that will all be for the 3rd Fleet. Yeah, 3rd Fleet is now complete. They'll just collect themselves together. Foreign agent captured. There we go. So this is the from the Yolnir Coalition of Planets. So this is the humans. They've got themselves a Tekan spy, and so they're trying to what are they trying to do? Steal the territory map. They're trying to find out how big they are. The humans are out here, and we probably do want to take them again at some point. They've got a Boscaran well that I wouldn't mind getting. But the Mortallans, I'm sort of thinking with the Boscara, we should actually check and see what's going on with them. They've got some war weariness. They're at war with the Gizareans. I mean, they're completely surrounded by insectoids. If the three of us got together, like if the Boscara is down here, they don't have any war weariness at all, so they're ready to go back to war again. And we've got, we're trading very, very well with them. We've got a lot of trade going on between us. Yeah, interesting. So then there's the Gizarean Dominion Hive, which is very, very bad with their war weariness. And the Mortallans is the only war they've got going. They've still got a large population. They've only got 4 colonies that we know of. What about the Mortallans? Well, the Mortallans we don't know much about. We know that they've got 8 colonies. Their population is less than the Gizareans. At some point, I think we're going to have to go in and they've got all this. They're a lot bigger than what we think. A lot bigger. We don't even know where their capital is. I think when we go to war with them, it's going to be fairly large. They've got small outposts out through here. It's reasonable size, but then they've got another small outpost in here. So they're just expanding all over the place. And so we could just come in and destroy this and push them all further back when we need to. There's no massive reason to jump at that just yet. But we'll be stretched one way or another. Hi Bartooth, how you going? I want Pirate Lord, says Curious Blade. So when's the DLC? Yeah, no, it must be on the way. I think they're in their late stage beta testing. They did put out a request for people to come and actually sign up for the beta test a week or so back, I think. Meaning if they're doing like a public beta test now, I've got the beta, but I haven't played it because until I know exactly when it's coming, I've got to keep on turning it and remember to turn it off if I've got it installed. So it's easier if I'm doing streams to not do that. Hi Admiral, how are you going? Saying what are the Empire rankings like right now? At this stage, we're leading. So we've done extremely well. Like you can see if you have a look at the first 3, that's essentially your economy, your population and territory. And those, we've smashed the Artooks, so they're at the very, very bottom there. They're doing no good. In terms of the actual economies, we're doing about the same as the Quamino in terms of what the way things are sort of then working. Where we've actually got ahead is with our victory conditions. So we've got conquer the most enemy colonies. We've conquered 3 of them. We'll be having 4 very, very soon. So we're ahead in that sense. Control your homeworld, so the Lamtrini, which is an easy one for us to keep, and enslave other races at other colonies, 25% of your empire's population. So we're going to be enslaving as we move around. As we move around into areas where there's other groups, particularly the Mortallans. Like if we took over the Mortallans, for example, we'd end up just enslaving everything, and that's sort of where we're heading now. Like I was thinking about whether I should bother enslaving this one, and I don't know if I will yet. I did call this episode Penal Colonies because of what we're doing, but it's actually we've got the 2 penal colonies in here with the Artooks, and it does some negative things, but also some positive things. Bartooth is saying, greetings, may I inquire if you take on indie game spots and so forth? Oh, you're a dev. Yeah, if you email me to daz@dastactic.com, I do get a lot of requests for games, so I'm pretty sort of, if I see a game that I think is a good fit for what people follow the channel for, I'll definitely sort of show it. And I've got I do get a lot. I get about 3 or 4 a day, and so I don't take on as many as you'd think, I guess. But depending on the game, like they're big. And I guess for me to look at a game, the big one is procedural generation. I really don't like doing walkthroughs. That's sort of like, it's very rare that I'll do a game that doesn't actually have procedural generation to allow replay value. So it's not I won't just do it like a walkthrough. It's got to be something. Yeah, it's got to be something a bit different about it, I guess, in that sort of sense. But if that helps, anyway. Hi, Beacon. How you going? Yeah, wait a mortal in doing. I know it's unusual, isn't it? I think that have they done another balance? The Mortlands certainly needed a bit of love and attention in the game, but they're doing well in this one. I don't know why. So Curious Blade is saying on last update, stealth is so broken, enemy can't see my ships. So like now, is it broken, or is that just like, because I know that they did pull it back a lot. I quite liked it, to be honest. The changes to stealth, from what I saw, unless it's very, very recent. But the ones that I saw from about a month ago, I thought worked pretty well. Anyway, let's keep on going. Where we're going, we've got the invasion fleet is on its way. Really, the other fleets, there's nothing much for us to do here, other than just wait for things to happen. We've got all my fleets are just set to auto. They're just moving around, taking on different combat. So as they find threats, they're just coming in to destroy them. Okay, we've got stealing warp light field. That's good. Now this is just a small fleet. I need to up that one. That one just didn't have quite enough. I'll just quickly go through each of the fleets. So number 1, I'll just take that one off. 1 is fine. Number 2 is fine. 3 is fine. 4 is fine. 5 is working from there. Discovery. Yep, no, that's nothing we can really do much about. Destroyer completed. Except trade. Just get the information, I guess. Oh no, that's us there. That was fine. I was confused there before. That one's fine. That one's fine. 8th defense is back over here as well, which is fine. Yep, that's all good. So we'll just keep on thumping along. Now these guys are starting to extend out this way a little bit. Now these are the Ikaru, and they've just settled out this side, and then we've got this Ikaru world is the one that we're going to be taking. They will most likely be wanting to get it, but they've been sort of stopped from coming through because of this choke point in through here. They haven't really been able to get across to it. So we'll just take it now. Just get the Galactic North there. Destroyer completed as well. Mission complete. Yeah, the Mortlands are big. They're very, very big. This looks like another group, a different group up there. Of looks like Gizarians again. Your frigate completed. Let me have a quick look again. We've got the Gizarian Dominion Hive. Looks like it may be a split away group. The Gizarians back there, what are they? Cell hegemony, they shouldn't have split off. Unless it is just the more Mortlands. The Mortlands may have actually conquered that world. That may be what it is, I think. So Tech Striker saying, hey there, I just had to come by and say that your Dwarf Fortress videos have been a great inspiration for getting into Dwarf Fortress. Wouldn't have ever played it otherwise. Hope you have a great weekend. Thank you for that. I'm glad that they help. Yeah, I'll be playing more of that soon. Actually, I'm just having a bit of a breather, like for just to let all the Dwarf Fortress content sort of settle right down, and then I'll be ripping right back into it again with a completely new start somewhere. I don't know what that'll be. I almost played it today because today is our Fortress Friday that I normally play Dwarf Fortress on. But I thought, no, look, I'll just keep it off for a little while, and then we'll be coming back in and hitting it again pretty hard. And Carol's saying, I was hoping your sore throat would be healing by now. It sort of it comes and goes. Actually, I've got some. I'll just take a cough lozenge. It's annoying. It's I've had a lot of streams to do as well, so there's been a lot of talking, I guess. All right, these are hard to kill. I've only got 4 ships here. What is this one? It's the 9th Strike Force. They're lost ships. It's better with iron weapons against Vorticars. Most likely going to lose some ships here as well. Just got to hope that they can kill them off before anything really happens. I'll dismiss those messages. Tegan have been found. Dismiss that. That's where that spy would have come from. This thing's still going. Come on, guys. No, we just the 9th fleet was decimated. These are very hard to kill. So we're now here invading the colony. There goes the invasion. Oh, we've already taken it, have we? Oh, there we go. Yep, so we smashed it. Okay, so they've now gone. Now, we've got to sort of now figure out, do we actually... I'll just dismiss that one there. I'll just pause and read a few more of the comments just to see if there's anything else there. Being and saying Dwarf Fortress is going to hit us hard once you're out of practice a bit. Yes, yeah, with the named characters, it is indeed. Okay, what did we get up to? Everyone's saying that Mortals usually don't do well in most games. Nice to see them on top. Yeah, it is actually. It's sort of. I used to love the Mortals. They were my favourite faction back from Distant Worlds 1, and they're pretty much down near the bottom now. I wouldn't choose to play as the Mortals with Distant Worlds 2. They definitely need more attention, and it is good to see them sort of back up top where they do belong. So they do belong up there. Now, with the groups that we actually have through here, this particular world actually does have a Hyper Express organizational paperweight. I don't know why they are frivolous with what these things are, but this is a special thing that gives us plus 10% diplomacy for whatever reason. Now, I'm going to take that one back to the home world. I'm not going to leave it here. So with when you do find these, I've got a couple of them now. If we go back across, where is it? It's not there. Forget where they show up. There they are, the artifacts. So we now actually have a second artifact. So one is giving us a whole lot of like ship maintenance savings and troop maintenance savings. So we find these at independent worlds. And this one here, the Hyper Express organizational paperweight, is essentially it just gives me extra diplomacy bonus, which we don't need. We don't really need it. It's one of these things where we're going to be sort of dominating anyway, so I don't have to have it. But look, I think I'll just take it back. So with these different locations, if I go and grab it, If I go and right click on it, actually if I go and grab the fleet, I always forget how to move them around. To move an artifact to a nearby ship, base or colony in your empire, first select the current location, then control right click on the destination to show a pop-up with an immediate move option. Alternatively, you can transfer it to any colony ship or base in your empire by control right clicking on the distant destination to show a pop-up menu with a transfer option. So we'll just do that, and I'll just do it as an automatic transfer rather than taking it through the fleets. I can have the fleet carry it around and then take it back to the home world, but let's just go with that location selected. Just go back into Lamtrini 4, which is our home world. Control, long right click, transfer Hyper Express paperweight to Lamtrini 4. So that's now going to be transferred, I'm assuming. I'll come back and check that again at some point. Now the group that we actually have down through here, I want to make sure I've got enough of the troops on this at this particular location. Just get rid of that. So so I've got the generals are on board, as is most of the invasion fleet. Let's just go back in and double check the actual world itself. So in this case, what have we got in here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all I need. The ones that the automatic garrison is actually perfectly fine. So I'm going to keep that where that is, and I'm just going to now pick up the rest of the troops. So we'll just go back to the second is the invasion fleet. I'm just going to go and load troops, and then I'll just go and pick up all the rest of those troops. That artifact is now gone as well. That's actually being transferred. Now the generals have when they end up at a location, they stay there. So I just need to get them back to the second invasion fleet. Do a transfer. Is he going as well? And do the transfer there. So they'll just go back into the second fleet. Now the second fleet has been set to invade, and so we now have most of the troops back on the second invasion fleet again, and they're going to, well, at the moment they're not set to any sort of automation. I don't know where I want to go next. I don't know if I want to take on the Mortallans. There's nothing of much value, and that's the problem. I think what I'll do is I'll just come back to the homeworlds, and then we'll figure out what to do from there. I mean, if we start a war with the Mortallans, it's going to be going for quite some time. I feel confident though that we'd be able to sort of take them out. So I'm just going to come back in and just tell them to go and load troops at Lamtrini 4. Don't have that many that have been built here, but I've got, like at the moment, the troop building I think is all set to automatic. So I might just double check that. Yeah, troop recruitment is automated. And if I just get back to the second again, their home base is the Ulog spaceport. I'm going to make the home base for them Lamtrini 4. And I'm then just going to set these ones back as an invasion fleet. So just invade. And their tactics, I'll set this one up with an invasion range of, say, 50M. There won't be anything for them to invade back there, but that'll just be the settings for it. So that particular group, if I go back to the second, that's going to be their invasion range in around the actual location. I might just go back to combat overlay, which will then sort of make all of the small ships disappear. Okay, everything else, I think we'll just now wait until they come back, so we'll just unpause the game. And we don't have enough population here with the Ikaru to actually make it so that they are, like at only 148 million. It's okay, but not great. And the assimilation is going to be slow here. They're still transferring out. Just go back to each fleet again, just make sure we don't have to top anything up. So I'm just rattling through. Up the 9th was the last one that we had, which is now just being rebuilt. Now, if we go for the Mortlands, let's prepare ourselves for this war. They're all over the place, and they've got all these very, very small, sort of like, they've got small locations, and there's reason for that. This one's got Loris fruit, which is something that we would be wanting. Not that one. That one there. So they've set up a mining colony here. And I don't know if I want to... Look, it would be good for us to get hold of that one. This system here would be a great one for us to take. Yeah, that's okay. Location maps. They're just picking up from the old attacks against the Artuks. New mining station completed. Yeah, that's fine as well. We're going to think about what we do next. If we do take on the Mortlands, we could go with the... Oh, there's their homeworld. All right, that's their homeworld. So why did we just see that? We must have a ship that just flew in. What have they got? So this is their this is the star base at their homeworld. Small starfighter bay. Only got 2 fighters. They've got iron sheath armor, which is fairly strong. So very good iron defense. So we don't have any iron weaponry on anything that we're using, so that's actually okay. Railgun, pulse torpedo is version 2. The pulse torpedo. Now that is that one of theirs? Got the iron cannon, small one there. They've got very good point defense. Or pretty good point defense with these linked point defense batteries. Intimidator Surge Blast doesn't really worry us. Yeah, that's nothing much there really, to be honest. It's only these pulse torpedoes that have got any sort of real power. Look at the range, 4,500. It does a lot of damage, 130 damage. Now that's a large one in version 2. That is going to hurt. It's got massive armor bypass as well, at 40%. This is their home world. We don't know anything at all about it. We can see we know a little bit. Armor barracks and troop cloning, which is what you'd expect. And we have another world out here. Again, another spaceport with more armor barracks. A mining station there with their Caslon. Alright, so there's a big pocket in here that we don't know about. Well, now that we have that, we now can do other things. So we have ambassadors running out to different locations. So so we've got an ambassador which is currently transferring out to Avidya 5. And if we have a look at this is the Gizarians. So that one's going out to the Gizarians. We have one at the Boskarans. We have one going to Erlik as well. This one's not great. He's not a great ambassador. It's the espionage we want to get up. 4%. This one's good with everything really. He's our best one. So we've just got 3. This one's going out to Erlik, which is where's Erlik? The Wakaris. I think I'll transfer this one across to the Mortlands. What I want to do is he's very high at diplomacy. This one here is not. Oh no, he's actually 10%. It's only 2%. It's the counter espionage and the espionage that we're sort of really more interested in than anything, to be honest. I'll send this one out there, even though it's got the diplomacy is mainly what he does. He's not great, like he's corrupt, but he's still, with counter espionage and espionage, he's not too bad. So we're going to change him to the to Cron 2 transfer. He won't get there for another 2 years. All right, so that way at least we'll have somebody on the ground that will be able to then tell us what's going on. It's a long way away, so we'll need to sort of have a bit of a look at some of the other locations that they've got. They don't have a real lot of big numbers other than once we start to get back into here. So taking these areas through here won't really be a problem at all. They're now extending their borders out towards us, which I'm not really all that keen about. Okay, let's just go that way. Oh, cool. These guys are offering a treaty agreement. So we're going to end up in an alliance with the Boscarans. And I don't need to drag them into this war. You know, they're quite strong, but we're also... Actually, where do they fall in the grand scheme of things? Yeah, they're down in here. They're weaker than us, of course. I think we have to take these guys out now before they go too much further. Yeah, it's saying, man, played some Dwarf Fortress ages ago. I guess now's a good time to give another go. Incredible game. Just amazingly good game. I love it, but it's just, I play it too much. A bit like Distant Worlds, to be honest. I sort of was really thinking, oh, do I play it again? Do I play it again? Because I know it hurts my channel when I play a game this much. But I just love it. Okay, so Jim Alex is saying Outpost maybe. Well, Outpost still cost you. So it's got to be a good reason, and let's just wait for these guys to come back in. Now, 6 Defence Forces out over here, because this is. Hang on. What's going on there? Oh, well now we the change of plans. They've settled our colony, our Loris mining operation. They've come in and colonized it. Damn it. Okay. Well. Now we have to make a choice. We've got Loris fruit over here. I'll just show you. If we go back to the luxuries. Loris fruit. So if that one's selected, I've got Loris fruit up there. We've got Loris fruit down here. We've got Loris fruit over here somewhere. There it is there. I can't get to that one. I need a secure source of Loris fruit. It makes such a big difference in your colonies as to what it does actually get up to. So I either leave the Ikaru in control of that one. They won't be able to, like I just saw it was only +1 quality for them. Like if we have a look at the Exene, this outpost, it is just an outpost. They're not going to, it's not going to grow. It's always going to be there. We can always take it if we need to. Similarly, with this one here is also just an outpost. It's never going to grow, but I do want to have a source of it as soon as possible. So we could, now this has only got a 9% mining rate. What was the other one? %. Well, this is the one, isn't it? This is the one that we would be wanting. It's also easy to ship this one back. I think we have to invade. I think we have to take this one on. Yeah, I can't really see any other way around that. Okay, we'll leave the Mortlands alone. So, and we'll now head out this way, I guess. I'll still send these guys back. Funny, we only just took that too. We even backstabbed our partner here to take that particular world. I'm going to make the first fleet operate from Navi. New mining station completed. Now, the other thing we have to start thinking about is, do we want to, and I might just build this one up, this has been set to raid at this stage, so let's make it 100M. So it's going to raid anywhere in there. Third fleet. We do have another presence up this way somewhere. We did have another mining operation somewhere in this system. I'm going to make this one the home base for the third. And that way, when they do things, and this one as well, I'll just set the tactics here to be to maybe 100M. So we'll start to sort of move out our big fleets into this region. Oh, we've got quantum exploitation. Now this is actually a game changer for us. And we've got one of these is one angry colony, which will be the one at the bottom there, the one that we just took over. That's okay. Just let that one sort of do its thing. But now that we're going after the Ikaru, I think we'll actually go full enslavement, and just we'll sort of take them on and destroy them completely. The other reason that I like both this one and this one as targets is because we have a partner right next to it, which is going to help us to we're going to have good security back up through this other side now. Like even though we're going to be stretched all the way across into here now, it won't matter that much. Right, so we've got quantum exploitation. This is so the next one that we've got going is just basic diplomacy. I'll just let these things sort of run their course. We've got a heap of these coming up. Just getting so we've got more diplomacy with a lot of these different groups. Let's think of the next big thing that we want. I don't need any of those. We've got the fast mining. Fast mining is useful, like it's just as something else. The improved destroyers. It's only 2 and a bit years, and I can halve that with by crashing the research. We also have the cruisers. That's only 3 and a bit years. So we've got six standard bays. Oh God, I wish that they would change this into the three columns for the weapons, like small, medium, and large. It's important to know it, and you don't know they split between them. Like large and standard. Standard can be either small or medium, or like it could be the combination of small and medium, which I'm assuming it is. But I just wish it would actually split them up into the 3. Rather than actually putting them just in those 2 different areas. The others, it just doesn't matter. The bay types just don't matter for these other ones. Just call it what it is. God, that's annoying. It's been one of these little user experience issues ever since the game launched, and it really shouldn't be done like in these 2 columns. It really shouldn't. Improved destroyers down there is something I am thinking of getting. The destroyers here, we've only got 2 standard, 3 large for the heavy destroyer. 3 large for the fast destroyer and fleet destroyer there. These will all be bigger than the current destroyer that we have. The current destroyer that we have is not that fantastic. It's not amazing. And what I'm thinking in my head is I probably need to get a bombardment ship, something that specializes in destroying planets and destroying the population, with and so have it as a dedicated ship for bombardment. And it may be that we go back to the standard old destroyer and keep that as the bombardment destroyer, and then move on to these others. We also have frigates in here, which I can get in 1 and a bit years, and get like the heavy frigate. The frigates have been fairly useful. I may even just get a few of these extras. I never normally bother with getting the extra stuff, but I can get it quickly. Also, the enhanced civilian ships, just getting the bigger freighters, like the bigger stuff. I think I'll go improve frigates. We'll pay the cost of that one. And we'll then just get the civilian ships as well. We'll pay the cost of that one. Now, that's the other thing. There's another aspect before we actually make this decision. Is what we do with the where is it? Sorry, I'm just going back up to where I just was. I've got the quantum exploitation. That's only 2 and a bit years as well. Now that gets me 276 storage. This one here we're on 230. That one, we may have to come back for that one as well, and then back up the top here with the weaponry. I really want these high power blasters, but we need to get another 12%. We've only got 8% at this stage, so we need another 12% there. Now, to get the 12%, to be able to then do that research, we can go all the way down the bottom. Just scoot down to here. Structured research is going to give me an all research of plus 10%. If we build the Science Academy, that's 3 and a bit years. That then opens up other things as well. So we get very, very close there. Let's just go and pay the cost of that one as well. I think that's useful now to start to bring that one in. Let's exit research, and now we'll do another search through here for research, and we'll just have a quick look and see the if we go into the search for known items, and the filter that we're going to type in here is just research. If I could spell it right. God, what is happening here? R-E-S-E-A. All right, so these are all the different research stations that we can see. This can also impact which side we decide to invade. So we've got, these are Boscaran ones. We're not going to be able to do these. 14 high tech sensors, all research high tech. That's a good one. 13 sensors, so sensor research there. Reactor research, the Dagobah. Fumus, that's ours. That one there's ours as well. Reactor research. That's 4% all research. So again, that's ours at this stage with the scientists on board. Nemasara is what is that one? Doesn't actually have a bonus. That's interesting. This will be an ancient one. This will be an ancient research facility. It's a strange one. They will have come through some sort of event. Perginus is one of ours. Perilous. Now, this is another ancient one without any real thing that it's doing, and that's back over with the Mortallans as well. Ryvik is one of ours. We've got a lot of research stations. Boscarans are doing very well. Yes, that one there is armor. This one here is high tech. This one here is reactor. Again, that's ours. That's why we're doing so well with reactors. Windeu, Again, that's one of ours. Troop research, and then another one back there, sensor. There's none. We haven't found any yet with weapon research. So, so I'll just leave that one at this stage. So again, there's no. It's not as if there's one with 20 weapon research that we could just go and take that was nearby. We don't have any. So as far as research stations are concerned, we haven't really seen much that we then need to worry about. Which just sort of leaves us with this quantum one that we've just picked up. So I'll now go and redesign all the ships. Now, I'll try to explain why getting the reactors is just such an important aspect of the game. But like it is going to make everything. So I'm not ready to go to war now. I'm going to have to now wait until we get all the ships retrofitted, which means I'm going to have to manually make sure that the first and the third stay where they actually are, and do their retrofits as quickly as possible. If we go back across into the ship design and have a quick look now, just sort it by role. Anything that's manual is what we're actually controlling, like what we're building. So only 3 ship types. So I've got the frigates. I've got six destroyers, 32 escorts, and 45 frigates at this point in time. We'll start with the frigate and just have a bit of a look. If we go on and edit this one. So this one here has got 2 fission reactors. Each of these do 126 each. We just want to see how much more we have. Our usage for this ship, the full usage is only up to 120. So as long as we have, sorry, yes. So what are these ones? These are. 126, that doesn't make sense. Oh, sorry, the output, not the storage. I was looking at the wrong thing. I may still be wrong then, in that case. 74. We need 2 to get this one up, because we need to have 120. Actually, then what do we have? If we just go back to latest per category. I think I may have been looking at the wrong thing. In that case, we'll have a quick look and see. Is this going to be worth it? The quantum reactor, 125. There we go. Look at that. So the reactor energy output, 125. I was looking at the wrong column there before. So 125 gets me it just squeaks over our requirements. So I can actually save a lot here. This fission reactor is size 22. The quantum reactor is size 16, and does the job of 2 of them. That gives me heaps of space on this ship to do other things. So that is definitely worth doing. Let's have a look at our destroyers, because they may not be quite where we need them to be. So the destroyer, we'll just go and edit this one. And they're just over, just slightly over. So, unfortunately. Now, it can be. Yeah, they've got the Maxos blasters in through here. That may be what's sort of draining the energy. But it's not far. It's not far off. That may also be worth changing a little bit. Let's just cancel that for a second. Let's start with the destroyer and just see what we can tweak. So I'm just going to do an upgrade here. That will then put in the 2 quantum reactors that it does need, but we now got overkill. So we've got the with what we end up having through here, the reactor output 250. If I get rid of one of the reactors, see how it's just slightly over. It's just ever so slightly over. And I can't really get around that. Like, it's all going to need it. If we get rid of the crew systems. Well, crew systems takes us right to the limits. And that is still working. We're right on crew capacity there. But if I can now make bigger things, which means I'm going to need more crew. So I was just trying to remove the static usage that we actually have. So in this case, the quantum reactor is not really all that great. Look, it's great, but not as great as the other locations. And yeah, these require 6. I can't do much about those. Heavy armor doesn't have any drain. the Maxos blasters. Now these are only drain when we're using them, which is from in here. So these don't count. It's really the static use. It's the stuff that just is on. And proton engines, they're not on when we're using this. What else is there that we could get rid of? Assault pods. If I get rid of one of those, yep, see that just drops it down slightly. That works. That works for me. In fact, that probably is enough. And then we may be able to put back the crew systems again, because we're going to need that crew system. Where's the other crew system? No, it just takes us slightly over. Let's get rid of that assault pod in that case. So the assault pod has got us pretty much at exactly the right energy usage that we sort of need for this. So we're right on the limits here for this particular ship. Now I may be able to throw another engine on this. Yeah, I can. That gets me up to 73. How much space have we still got? We've still got heaps of space now because of this. The reactors will have just dramatic. Oh, that's now gone over. There is actually a use. There is a static use there. Damn. I think I'm going to have to just put another quantum reactor on and just be done with it. But I will put another engine on as well. Now that's still squeezing the ship up. I've still got 30 more I can now put on. So I can do other things. We do have the large mounts at the front here. But is there anything we want that's I actually don't think I need to do much more than what I've got here, to be honest. Yeah, the Epsilon torpedoes aren't that great. I think I'll just leave it, actually. So that one there we didn't really get much benefit out of that one. In fact, I can just go back to those assault pods again. Just chuck them back on. So we just end up close to the size. Didn't really do anything there. So I'll save and exit because we now have the quantum reactors on there. We'll go down to the next one, which is the heavy escort. Just do an upgrade here. This one has put 2 quantum reactors in, and we only need 1. So ditch that one. We've got the Epsilon torpedoes on this one. There's nothing much we can really squeeze in. It's showing there's an empty bay. Again, I wish that they would change this because we don't actually have access to that. I'm clicking there and nothing's happening. This one is just a slow ship, and that's all it's going to be. But it is useful with these torpedoes. That's all it can really do. What I can do is maybe bring in some more assault pods. Now we've got, again, heaps of space here. Assault pod again. That'll do. So we're getting up there. Everything else sort of works for that one. So this one, at least we'll now be able to take over locations. So we'll keep on going that way. Save and exit. But these, usually getting these things. Now the one that will make a big difference here, I think, will be this one here with the frigates. We'll do an upgrade. And again, we're only going to need 1 of these reactors. So we ditch that one. Engines are full. The Maxos blasters in through there. So what else do we want to put on? We've got a few empty slots on the inside here. Might throw another fuel cell on. Maybe I should have done that back with the escorts. I might just change that on the escorts as well. Just because we're going to be now operating further afield. So that all sort of works pretty well. It's sort of, we're close to the edge there, but it actually does work. And the railgun, we've got this railgun in the middle here because we were close to we are over now. What did I pick up? Because the railgun is something that that's 26, and the I actually don't think we need it. The railgun has got like a this has got a shield bypass, which doesn't really matter for us. The Maxos Blaster is certainly the better weapon. Like if I hover next to them, you can sort of see there the range of the Maxos Blaster is greater. The actual damage per second is a bit more. The base damage is heaps more, which is really important. I think it's just going to be Maxos Blasters all the way here. I do also have Thuon beams, which still aren't good enough. Like we've got version 2 of the Maxos. Let's go and replace that. Where are we? So we'll just go up these blasters until we can get the heavy blaster. This then has, yeah, we're still a bit under, which means I can actually now put in that extra fuel system. Again, just checking the energy use, is all fine. And we're only 5 away now. Alright, that'll do us. We'll save and exit there. Frigate Mark IV. And we'll just go back to the escort. Which one was it? The heavy escort, that one there. Just go and edit this one. And just grab a fuel cell. Just replace one of those with that. In fact, I wonder if I need more than... I wonder if I shouldn't get 4. I think I will. These have been running out of fuel a little bit, so let's double our fuel systems for these guys. We're still under. Everything is still working. We're still fine there. So save and exit there. Okay, so we now have a full refit regime that we need to go through. So I'll just go back to the first and just tell them to retrofit at Lamtrini, the third, to retrofit at Newtonize, before they go off to their respective locations. The second, which is coming in, and that's all, the ones that are set to auto, where they've got like a roll, will not have a problem. So I think everything else is set with where they've actually got something that they're doing. So they'll just go off and do their own retrofits. Yeah, everything else is automated. So we don't need to worry about those. In fact, even with these, the first is, I'm just telling it to do it, but it's still automated. So it's then going to move out to this location. The third as well will just move out to this location. So I think we'll still make this at where our targets will be. Let's just unpause. Mission completed. Okay, network targeting system, that's good. If we can steal it, that'd be great. It may be that picking up the next that next quantum reactor too could be quite good for us. So we'll sort of rattle through these. That'll make us closer with these guys. The sixth. Yep, just coming in for its own retrofits. There we go. So we end up with, we get advances in diplomatic incidents and general incidents as +2. So we end up sort of becoming friendlier and friendlier with the Boscara. So now we're doing the Artooks. This is going to help us with getting them to assimilate. And ultimately they're going to be subjugated. Here we go again. This one's still at 89%. They switched across. These are super powerful. Just tell them to go and retrofit, and we'll go and build that new one. I might have to micromanage that myself just to get that one through. Mission completed. Good. Actually, we are still stealing things from the Boscara. We're pretty diabolical the way that we do things. Just wait for the fleets to retrofit, and then we'll be back in again. We've got troop transports here. What's their frigate like? They're just using a Thuon beam with an interceptor missile. They're going to be easy beats. Looking at that, they're not going to be any sort of problem for us at all. We'll just be able to ruffle stomp our way through. There we go, we've done that one as well. Next one is the Gizarians. So we just get this basic stuff done. It takes very little time just to get through the basic diplomacy. In fact, what I probably should do is grab the Ikaru as well, because we're going to ultimately end up having them under our control. Again, God, we're gluttons for punishment. Right, I'm going to take control of this. So this is the 9th Strike Force. We actually have, these are new designs. Yep, frigate Mark IIIs. These have still got the fission reactors. I don't... God, this one here, they really should be going off to retrofit. Let's just see if we can do some damage just to this one here. If we can destroy one, we'll get the other. These will then try to escape. Down to 42%. These are powerful. Let's now stop this one. Come on, guys. Finish it off. Finish it off. Down to 15. Willing to take it on. Come on, one more hit. There we go. One down. Right, go back and retrofit, guys, and then pick up the other ships. You're not going to be able to do anything else there. Seventh Defence is going back in for retrofits as well. It's good for us to, clean out the enemy where we see them. Now, there's a white ship. Is it a hive ship? Yeah, it's a hive ship. Yeah, these are just the Artooks. We don't have to worry about them. So there's a hive sort of location there. That's another thing we probably should have a look at is, I'll just wait until we get all this stuff. We've got a new admiral. There we go. I won't place the admiral just yet. We don't have a third large fleet just yet. We see the benefit of the outpost now with what they've got there. We could have done the same thing. Just build an outpost. Certainly with the money that we're generating, it really doesn't, like, don't have any problems with money. That's done. So now we're just doing the Mortlands. New frigate completed. Yeah, so all of the ships will be updating now. Let's get those things. Mining station completed. Yep, that's all good. We want this to be our playground, so we do want to be sort of dominating this area of space. Oh, another independent. I'll try to take this one on as because we should be able to take this one as in a friendly way. And now that we certainly have the diplomacy to do that as well, so we'll. I didn't realise that they were out there. Yeah, we'll accept that treaty. So if we get this one again, that's going to take us close to the human side. So maybe we do look down this way to be where we expand next, I think. We'll take a few gifts to get them to be, you know, oh, actually, no, that's just a, it's only 30 million of them. What are they doing there? I mean, I don't really want these, to be honest. I'm not sure what they're doing there. I'm not even sure how they got there. It's like these guys sent them through and then they rebelled. That's what it looks like. Okay, we've now got the Mortlands done, so we're now back to getting specific things. So with the improved frigates, we'll just do a crash research on these. Pay the costs. So we get this one fairly fast, like in about in less than a year. And then we can look at even building, like rebuilding our frigates with specific frigate designs, which I think will work. Oh, sorry, put on pause. I might filter out the new state ship constructed. I'll keep that one on. New civilian base. Let's turn that off. I'll keep the others on. I'm just getting rid of those messages about the mining bases. They're becoming a little bit annoying. When you sort of get to a point where you're just not interacting with certain messages, you can just filter them out, which is quite nice. They've done a good job of actually fixing all those where it felt overwhelming with all of the pop-ups. They've done a really good job of that, actually. Oh, this has been taken over by the Artooks. They've moved around the corner. She might see if there's any other colonies that are worth taking. Okay, red security. So pirates were destroyed. Sign those missions. Where's that one? Let's just hover over those. That's actually not too bad. This particular one as something we could take over. Like, that's our territory. It's just right on the edge there. We could invade that if we wanted to have a place out this way as well. And then all the others, this one here is very, very close. At plus 19. Oh, that's for the R-Tooks. No, don't worry. I don't want to worry about that one. Now the R-Tooks are showing up, but yeah, we don't want that. Nothing else of great value there. There are a few further away. That one there. This is mainly for Boscaras. Why would we not do that? It's already inside our territory. I think that's a good one. Why not do this? We have another one down in through here which we could colonize with Xenox. We've got a Xenox world back up in here somewhere, I think. Another one there as well that could be a Xenox world. Yeah, we've got a lot of Xenox worlds that we could be colonizing. I think I'll worry about it. Yeah, the Xenox could really be expanding if we wanted to. Yeah, that's okay. I'll just go anything that's plus 20. That way we can sort of see what's viable. I'm sort of tempted to invade this one. It's not a massive amount. Actually, where's that one there? That's way up there, too far away. But that one there, I'm sort of thinking that certainly could be viable. I might colonize that one. I might just get the Boscarans to build one there. And that one's still inside our territory as well. I might get the Xenox to build one there as well. We'll just start to expand a little bit more peacefully. These are now moving out to their various locations. The second strike force is pretty much ready to go. 6 infantry, 16 armor. It's too far away. I won't worry about it. We'll just keep it with what we need back in these other locations. We might start to pump out some more troops as well from some of these other locations. These are all a bit too small. Ryvik is our next big world out this way. We do have a few extras in here. We do actually have a barracks planetary administration center. Let's go and build a troop cloning facility here as well. So we'll ultimately sort of grab more troops from in this area. These are moving into position. I think we'll now send the second invasion force across. We've got pirates here. Alright, so we do need to protect this world. Troops are preparing for battle. You've also got raiders coming in. Alright, time to move something else out this way. So if we just go back to our various fleets. First fleet is going to be stationed at Navi, which is fine. Second fleet, I'm going to station them at Navi as well. So just get them across, where was it? So the home base, that way they'll move across there. The third fleet is stationed out through there. The fourth fleet is really just protecting these areas. I may change the fourth fleet back up to Colonies. So it's actually sort of protecting this colony. So I'll just go and right click, set that as the home base. So that will be where that one then operates from. And I'll just change its orders so that it's just slightly larger. That way it'll protect both of those systems. That's the fourth. It's only a small fleet. The fifth is stationed in the middle here, which we don't really need it there. So that's the one we're going to send out to protect this area. It can be given the job of protecting this world. So fifth is stationed there. It will protect those locations. The sixth is moving. It's actually just retrofitting at the moment. So moving to the Exene mining station. Oh no, that's actually where it thought it was. The home base is wrong. Okay, we'll need this out here. The Exene mining station was destroyed. So I'll make this the home base for now. If I do a refuel, it still keeps that particular one going there. So that's the sixth. The seventh is back out this way, which I'm happy with. So that's fine there. The eighth, if we scroll back out again, is back out in here. Again, it's a difficult one for anyone to attack, but it's an important world. I'll just change their 1 to 50M as well. Now they're set to raid. I'll make it 100M. That way it'll just sort of encroach into different areas. So that's the 8th. The 9th is set to manual at this stage. Now we need to top up those ships. And I might just give them I'll still get them to raid as well. I'll just change that up to 100M as well. Alright, so we'll just keep those. They're going to be fairly active. The destroyer. So these are going in. So this is actually now one of our bigger fleets. This is the first fleet taking out this Vorticar, which really shouldn't be a problem. There should be more ships on the way. Here they come. So let's wait for this to be destroyed. Oh, I've already got improved frigates. Wow. So things already they're moving too fast. Now we can pay money to get this one as well. Pay the cost there. Just get that one out of the way very, very quickly. Defensive bases. We're doing so well with money. I'm actually thinking that we do that as well. I'll get it after research, because research is something and monitoring stations as well. Let's get all this basic stuff done. Enhanced construction is going to give me better spaceports. Just queue all of these up. The troop transports don't worry me too much at this stage. So we'll go that way. Hi Cygnus, how are you going? Now we've got so Kai is in saying what's he playing at as a Dayots? Yes, we're playing as a Dayots. We've got negative targeting. We stole this from the Gizarians. I won't worry about it. I won't use it. I don't think. We'll just keep that one there. But we now actually have the... we can now improve our frigates again enormously. So we'll just go back into the ship construction and ship designs. So with the frigates that we actually have, we've got... and it's a good idea to look at each of the actual designs that have come through. You can see there that the fleet frigate and the heavy frigate, in this case, have got pretty much identical build cost, which means that they're probably identical with what they've got on board. The basic frigate that we've got is like worth a lot less. I guess the sizing, you can sort of see there the size difference is much bigger. We're almost at maximum here with this frigate, and then we've got another fast frigate in through there as well. The fast frigate I don't think I need, but what I do want to do is I'm probably going to end up moving my old frigate design back to a bombardment design, and then we'll have a look at the fleet frigate and the heavy frigate. If we just go and edit these, we can then sort of see, and it will mainly be how many engines we can slot on, like into here. This one's got the 3 engines, which is all I need. I just need it to be going, actually maybe one more engine. Let's just go and throw another engine. Actually, I can't do it with this. If I, oh no, I can because we haven't got any of these built. So I can make a 4th engine to get it as fast as, so we can do that. There's going to be defects now with the sizing, etc., but that's still actually okay. Maxos blasters. So we've only got we've got one large mount at the front. So again, looking at the various weaponry, we've got a large mount at the front. We've got a 360 mount up top, which is good. Then the Maxos blasters back down through here. Now this was the fleet frigate. And so we've got medium mounts on either side, is what we actually end up having. So that's about what we get with this one. Might just cancel that. Let's have a look at our old frigate design, just so we can evaluate the difference. It's still 360. We've still got a 120 there, and we've got the medium. So we don't get anything more in terms of firepower with that fleet frigate, but we do with weaponry, with the engines at the back. So we end up with a faster ship, which will be good. This is why this one can just go back to being a bombarder. So we'll just go and cancel that one. So that was the fleet frigate. Let's look at the heavy frigate now. We'll edit this design. This one's got more things that we can put on. So we've got less engines, so it's slower. It's only going to be traveling at 61. So it's quite a slow ship. But we have extra weapons and big weapons. What's the size in this one? We can get up to 490. So we have the 270 large Maxos blaster at the top. We then also have a large at the back, which could be used for seeking weapons, if we wanted it to. And then we've got the 2 mediums on the side. So to evaluate how we want this to then work within our fleets, I think the fleet frigate is the better ship, better than the heavy frigate. So this rear pointing mount is not fantastic. 490. Let's just go cancel that and just go back to the fleet frigate one more time. Again, we've got the extra slot there. 490, same size. The only difference here is we've got more engines instead of the rear-facing mount. And I think that's fine. Let's just go and upgrade this one. So this will be our main attack. So we won't get too much more in terms of the firepower than what we've currently got, but we will get speed, and that will then be able to keep up with the other ships. So I'll throw that one in. We're now slightly over, but that's okay. We can deal with that. Get rid of the repeating blaster. Get rid of the torpedo. We're going to now just go back down to the Maxos Blaster Mark II. Is going to go there, and then for the central slot, we'll just go with a Sentinel multi-beam. So we've got that one in the top there. So that's exactly the same loadout that we now have on the existing frigates. Short-range sensor array disappears, and we've replaced that one with... Now, swarm targeting is... if I go with the target tracking system, we end up with 15. If I go with this one here, We end up with 15, but then plus 1 per extra fleet ship. It's a better one. It actually is better. So we should. Oh, sorry, we've already got it. We already had it. In that case, we'll go with countermeasures. So we already had swarm targeting in there. I wonder if the other ships have already automatically put that in as well with the upgrade. I didn't actually check that. Yeah, countermeasures 15%. It's just going to make it a little bit harder to hit. And we're right on the limits there. Put the 3 fuel cells, that's okay. Everything's pretty good there. It's just got the extra speed. This thing zips along at 78 now. So we'll save and exit. This will be our fleet frigate version 1. Let's mark 1. Just do that. Save and hang on. Then we want to be aggressive. We want to be aggressive in both cases. Retreat a bit earlier at 2050. Upgrade. Yep, that's okay. I'll just keep it there. Latest. So the upgrade is going to be for the latest design for the hull. Yep, that's fine. We'll just go and save and exit there. So that one's done. So we now actually have the fleet frigates. We have the heavy frigate we're not going to be using, so I won't worry about that one. The original frigate, if you just go back and edit this one, you've still got the old target tracking system. What we're going to need to do is actually get all of these to upgrade. Let's design it. So the upgrade path for this one is it wants to go to the Fleet Frigate Mark 1. This is actually a bit confusing. So I'll spend a bit of time explaining how this one works. I'm using fleets, I'm using fleet management. So I'm using like an automation system for my fleets with templates. And the templates and the ship itself sort of need to be checked out. This is the upgrade path that it's got. So it's got latest design for the latest hull for the role, Fleet Frigate Mark 1, is the one that it actually wants to default to. So it wants to go to the one that I've just got. If I go and click down on that one, I can change it to being very specific, like as in very specific designs. Sometimes that's viable if you've got multiple usages out of a single hull. In our case, we'll make all the bombers will then just be basic frigates after this. But the actual fleet frigate, just the latest design for the largest hull for the role, is what it's defaulted to. I want to make sure that this is now the latest design for the role fleet frigate, rather than larger than the largest one. So I'm just going to go and do that one there. So this is the frigate. So that's not. I wanted to do it for the frigate. So I want that. No, sorry, I want that to go back to that one. In this case, I want this design to go to the largest one, which is the fleet frigate. That's where I want it to go, which is the default. So that's save and exit. Then we're going to go back to our fleets, our ships back in here. I'm going to have to probably redesign a few of the other ships as well, just to get this to work. In my fleet templates, this is where I also now have to tell it what its path is. So for the attack fleets, and every fleet is different, which is actually ultimately really good, but is also a bit confusing. So the frigates that we have to designate what these actually are. And so this is going to be the latest. At the moment, these are designated for the latest design for the hull frigate. Now, if I change this one now, it's going to ultimately, like if I go and click on this one and make it so that ultimately we want it for the fleet frigate. That's where we want it. But it's not going to do it. And so what it will do is it will end up ignoring all the ships we currently have that are set for the hull, the frigate, and then want to be building a whole lot of new ships for the fleet frigates. And that's not what we want. So I'm just going to make it the latest design for the role to start with. Wait for it to upgrade everything, and then we'll go for the rest of them. So the others are very specific, which is fine. So I can just keep those where they are. That's all I need to do there. And I'll just do my defense fleets. Let's go to edit. And again, because we've got these multi-role things now, I'm just going to go latest design for the role. And that's going to She's latest design. Yeah, that's okay. I can be very specific if I wanted to. That one should still work, unless I just changed. I don't think I didn't change that last one. That's okay. And then we have the invasion fleets. We'll just go and edit this one. This one's using only escorts. Don't need to worry about it. Raiding force, edit. And in this case, I've got the frigates there. So just latest design for the role. And I'll come back and then fix these up as well. Now what that means is that the fleet, the guys will then be wanting to fix themselves up. Now the first fleet is attacking this Vorticar. We'll just follow this fleet in once it does this job, and then we'll sort of see what it gets up to. Should be fine here. We may lose a ship, but we shouldn't have too much trouble. Now, the first fleet has now finished what it's doing. You can see it's not wanting to top up the ships. If I had selected one of the other ones, it would have said, okay, I need you to top up the ships. But we can go back to retrofit. So let's go and send this one to the Saracel 3 spaceport for retrofitting. So we'll just go back in and retrofit back over here. The third fleet is also now got no mission because we just destroyed those. That needs to go back to another one. It's going to go to Rivik to retrofit. And so we should end up with all of the frigates that we have being those new frigates. So they will all ultimately end up being that way. Let's just go back to the second. Wants to retrofit. I'll just go and tell it to retrofit now. Third, we're doing the fourth. Again, just wants to retrofit. Fifth, I'll just tell it to retrofit as well. Sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth. So we'll just get all of those things retrofitting. And unpause. We are going to be raided here by the pirates until we can find out where they're from. Not sure where that is. Over here. Nothing to do with us. Just missed that one. So wait for these retrofits to go, and then we'll sort of we can then sort of start to make use of that frigate design again. We'll just redo it. Deadline saying thanks for the stream, Daz. Wondering if you prefer this or Gal Civ 4. I do prefer this game just because I like the simulation side, but I do love Gal Civ 4 as well. If I'm feeling like playing something a bit more like a board game, then I prefer Gal Civ 4. But if I'm wanting something fairly open and fairly realistic, I guess, in the sense that it's a simulation, then I prefer to play this one. There we go. Got the at Rivik, we've now created the new colony ship. That'll be to make the new colony. New escort, and we should have another one back over here as well from the Indara system. They're most likely still building theirs. Oh no, finished building. I thought we were sending one out. One of their ships. So the money's thumping along. So the fourth is still being retrofitted. This is still a frigate Mark IV. None of those have changed over yet. Fifth has got a long way to go. Sixth is coming back in as well. Seventh is changing things, maybe. Yep, that's a fleet frigate. It's still a Mark IV, Mark IV, Mark IV. yeah, we were building another one, so they've just built that one up. This one here is fleet frigate as well, so they're actually in the middle of doing their retrofits. That one's now finished. Yeah, we're going to have to get a protection group out there. They'll end up going back there once they retrofit. That one's still a Mark IV. This one will then just get changed. So there's a fair few changes. We're changing the whole hull of these. Oh, they're stealing things from there, which we don't want. We'll get there eventually. It's sort of like the Wild West for us out here. These are now fleet frigates. One's being retrofitted. There we go. Being fixed up, and that one's still just a frigate as well. So we'll just wait for all of these to be fixed up. Yeah, so Gal Civ 4 is great. Like if you are wanting to, like it feels very, like you can do bigger things in Gal Civ in terms of the structure of the actual game itself. And it does feel like a board game where you can actually sort of plug in all sorts of different parameters into the actual game that you want to be playing. But Distant Worlds is much more like an actual simulation. It's yeah, a lot of people don't like it because of the simulation side of things, but I love that aspect of it. Yeah, I've got an invasion force there. This is nothing to do with us. These are the Quimino. They've got nothing on board. They're trying to take this world. The one that we were just looking at before. There they go. So we're watching it live as the Quimino take this world. They've just sent one armoured brigade in. Again, it was not a system that we really thought we needed. A new spy, that's good. No more fall, yep, that's now gone. Quimino may be a target for us fairly soon. I think we'll get rid of the Ikaru first. And then dominate. We just need to get these on top of these ship designs. Almost got all the new civilian ships. Actually, what are we going to get next? Structured research coming next. That's 3 and a bit years. I think we'll still go that way because I do want to get the. I do want to boost that research. Actually, what was just that one there? So I'll just go down. I don't know if I can rush this one just yet. With structured research. Why can't I crash that research? There's not enough money, that's why. And there was something else I was looking at before. Something, yeah, improve construction. Do we want to do this? No, not really. We don't really need it. Now, this one here, again, we just don't have the research for this to get the Iron Sheath armor and the enhanced armor. So we're sort of at the limits with what we can do with armor. If we got that one there, we'd be able to move even faster. That's a fairly long time commitment, though. These are just the Thuon beams. Not really interested in those, to be honest. I'm happy enough with just going up in this top area. We can get some very, very powerful weapons if we can end up with the impact assault blasters. That's sort of a good area for us to extend into. Okay, so Marek's saying the thrust vector gives +5 countermeasures. I couldn't squeeze it on. There wasn't any design left on those ships. So the 8th, I'll assign that one. So the 8th is obviously now all set up with the fleet frigates. So now now that they're there, I might just quickly go back and have another look. Fleet frigate. Actually, you can just hover over there. We've got fleet frigates through there. Normal frigates back through there. So the first, the second, fleet. They're all good. Third is fleet frigate there, but normal frigates there all the way through. Fourth is fleet frigates. They're now, nope, not quite. That one there is just being retrofitted. The fifth, they still need to be done. Fleet frigates, yep, that's good. Seventh, it's just finishing off. Eighth is ready to go. The ninth is, yeah, they got the fleet frigates as well. Well, let's have a quick look and see. I mean, the other way we can check this is to just go into the ship designs. How many frigates have we got left? So we've got 13. All right, we'll just wait for those to disappear. Comes the 6th defense. They're moving out to the system. First fleet is still being retrofitted. I'll have a quick look at ships as well and just see if there's any ships that aren't in a fleet. No, that's fine. Everything's in fleets, which I'm happy with. Oh, now we can crash the research. No, we need 147. Not quite yet. Nearly. Hi Beamslam, how are you going? So greetings. So if this is a simulation, I'm wondering if the universe will expand forever, or maybe you haven't played it long enough yet. Maybe. I think we're so close now. Just need to get a little bit more. We do need to get these pirates sorted out. I don't know where they're coming from. There we go. We've got enough now. So we'll just crash this research, pay the costs. That will halve the time. Doing the retrofits did cost some money. Our economy is really thumping along, which is quite nice. So everything's just sort of moving. Yes, they're just off to attack different things, which is fine. Third fleet is still retrofitting as well. So a fair few frigates. So they're over here at Ryvik. First fleet is, I think, still doing it as well. Yeah, they've still got frigates. Oh, there we go. Indara now has finished off that other ship. So it's the Xenox. Moving across. So the pirates are off raiding different areas. These are friendly pirates to us, so we don't need to worry about them at all. But there is a group in here somewhere that is causing us issues, and when I find out where they are, we'll go and destroy them. So we're now just really just waiting for these last few to be done. 7 left. Well, it really is just now the attack fleets that are the problem. So if I just go back into here, so the now I'm just going to go and refix this one up, because we had set it up so that they would actually be just whatever the latest one was for the role. Now that we've actually got them all leveled up, there's really no reason to keep this one here. So I'm going to now just make it so that these actually go to fleet frigates each time. So latest design for fleet frigate is fine for that one. Invasion fleets, edit. That's still just escorts, that's fine. We don't need to do anything else there. The defense fleet here, edit. This one here is the fleet frigate. And then the attack fleet is still being updated. That way we at least just get it back to like something where we've got more control over the way that they actually level up. In fact, I might as well start to set up the bombardment fleet. No, I'll do that one in just a minute. I will just wait for all of those to be fixed up. Still got 7. Got a new colony, that's good. So we've got some Boscarans just in there. Oh, they're growing. That's interesting. I thought it was an outpost. It's not. That's ours. Oh, it's still an outpost. Why is it growing? I don't know. Here comes the invasion fleet. It's now full. 8 infantry, 16 armour. Well, we're going to start by landing at the in the Anarch system and take that one. But I need the other fleets ready to go. Here comes the 5th coming back in to defend this. 3rd fleet. It's the first time our fleet frigates. See how fast they're moving? There's the Maxos blasters. Another one coming. That's the 7th. Yeah, one got a bit damaged. The first one is usually a mess. The next one isn't. No, that one did miss twice. It's alright, just leave that one there. It's a fair way away. Okay, so now this one here wants to now just keep on attacking different things. I'm going to decline this because I'm going to, the first fleet looks like it's actually now ready. So it's moving down into here. I think we can now start the process. So let's go and move the first fleet up to here as well. The reason that I'm doing that is because I've noticed that there's a lot of ships in around here. This is the 9th Defence Force, and there's groups that are part of a, like they've got small troop transports and things all hovering in around here. So I want to destroy them in one go. So the second invasion fleet, I might as well now move that across as well to this location. Start to refuel, and that way it'll just sort of stay there. The third, what are you doing? Still retrofitting. So there's, it's got fleet frigates in most cases, but there's still four to be done. I'll do this with just the first and the second fleets as they come across. Actually, did I fix up the other designs? Yeah, that one's fine. Destroyer, edit. No, I didn't. Didn't set this one up. I have to think about that one. We ultimately will be wanting that one to go across, but definitely the little frigates. No, the frigates are different again. The escorts, sorry, they're different. That's fine. No, just leave it where it is. I'm just thinking out aloud. Ooh, the Hive Starfighters would be good if you could pick that up. I'll have to get going fairly soon. In an hour's time, I'll be streaming on the Slytherin channel some Battle Sector, which I'm looking forward to. I'm sort of halfway through a campaign there with the new Chaos Marines, which are fantastic. I think it's my new favourite faction of that game. Absolutely love it. They've done a really good job of actually like really improving Battle Sector with the campaigns, the way that they work. Now F3 still retrofitting. Sorry, the third fleet. So I've got 3 ships to do. Now Ryvik is slow. It's been slowly building there. Yeah, money's doing so well here, but I definitely want the Loris fruit. Now the first fleet is set to manual, which is fine. We do have a very good admiral on board there, one of the Boscarans. The third again. Just got 2 more frigates to go. Where that is? Oh yeah, that's just being retrofitted. That's fine. Okay, structured research is coming now very, very quickly. Black Deception, they're moving off up this way. I should track to see where they go, just so we can follow them home and destroy their base. Preferred map scale, just the average actually in this one. In this case, like it's sort of, I find that you can do just as much with 700 systems as you can with anything. So I quite like the 700 with just the 6x6, which is just the defaults. Okay, these are coming in. I think we'll just finish this one off with taking this system. Oh, look, here comes another fleet. So we've got a long-range scanner, which is starting to kick in around here. We're just not identifying what they are just yet, which is making me think I may go with the monitoring stations before we do the defense bases. Ah, here we go. Perfect, perfect. I like this. The AI has realised what the hell are you doing? Having an invasion fleet sitting right in an area that it shouldn't be, and so they've actually declared war on us. So I'll just dismiss that and pause again. Have a quick look and sort of see what they've done. I like that a lot. So we haven't had to declare war. This is actually good for us ultimately. Because it sort of doesn't affect our reputation. Our reputation is still slightly bad because of independent colony invasions, but everything else, you know, we're moving along fairly solidly through here. With what else do we need to do with them in that case? So let's just have a quick look and see what they've got. They're also at war now with the Denbolt because they're part of us. So they're declaring war on us, also declares war on them. Well, we're definitely going to end up at least subjugating these, if not taking over their homeworld. I probably do want to grab their homeworld, I think, because we will actually have now bombardment ships, so I will actually be able to smash them to a pulp, ultimately, very, very soon. I'll just ditch that one. So this is one of their bigger fleets coming in to try to protect them. So they've declared war here, and we've got like two fleets here: the 6th Defence Force and the Invasion Force. And here comes the 1st Fleet now. So we'll get there before them. And if they'll attack us. What I want to do here is just reset, just in case they're coming in here. Here they come. Look, there's heaps. They may be other ships. Here we go. So they've sent a small group across. So this is a strike force. And they're coming in after the mining station. Actually, what's happening there? Why is that? I must have set this one up so that we didn't get to see these at all, and I do want to see them. So defend, yes, we'll accept that mission. Oh, I filtered there. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So they've honoured the defence treaty. New colony founded. That's all good. Yeah. So this, I do need to keep this up just so I can see what's going on. Now the invasion force. Sixth Defence Force has moved out, which we don't want. Sixth Defence Force has to attack this. So it has to come back. This one here needs to move out of the way. It still wants to go back for retrofits. Why? It's got fleet frigates everywhere. I'm not sure what it wants to retrofit for. Let's invade. Oh, there's too much going on here. I'm going to move these outside the system. Just move them out to there for starters. First fleet is coming in. First fleet is right here, coming into where we want them to go. Shouldn't have too much trouble against these. If we have a look and see what they've got. They've just got frigates. Looks to be the largest ship that they've got. The frigates themselves have only got level 1 Thuon beams and interceptor missiles. This is where the individual ship designs are awesome in the game. Like they focus on different things. They do have an organic hull, so these ones are usually better at protecting themselves. They've got swarm targeting on these, which is interesting. So somehow they've got Gizerian tech. They shouldn't really be able to hold up against our bigger ships. Slow it down. So we should outnumber them and also outclass them. Still seeing these coming in. They've stalled. Still more on the way. Let's get the 6th. Well, the 3rd fleet we want up here now as well. Now what's this? That's ours, that's good. Okay, it's the 5th, that's fine. They're back in position. Okay, the 2nd invasion fleet. It's one of our constructors. We'll invade this now. Just get the 1st back again. Just destroyed that one. So we've got a whole range of ships in here. 6th we'll send across to this one. They come. Comes the invasion. Yeah, so we can. Looks like we're going to be able to just move our way through pretty easily. Heavy escort there. Might have a quick look and see what it's got on board. Just Thuon beams again. Nothing much for us to really worry about. Fourth fleet. Okay, so we've got a we're going to have different fleets now moving into different areas. So where's that one? Fourth fleet. Yep. Okay, that was one that collected itself and came back in. This is them. This just arrived. Again, nothing much for us to really concern ourselves with. First fleet's going to be able to gobble these up. enough ships. They've disappeared. I know they're heading over here now. So we'll follow these in. So first, oops, already got them selected. So they're trying to wipe this out. Should be okay, I think. Have we taken this world yet? Invading. They had a few on the ground. I didn't even look. Nothing that we can't contend with. Now I've got structured research. This is important to us. We're getting close now with being able to get the better weaponry. So we now have all of these. So to get weapon specialization, I need a high-tech research threshold there of 20%. We only have 4, so we're a long way off. We've got -1 in all research. It must be the RTOOKs that we have under our control that are weakening things a little bit. Slaves shouldn't impact that. Shouldn't get any. Yeah, it's a hard one actually. Should you get the bonuses from factions? I guess you should, even if they're enslaved. Yeah, I'm guessing you should. 6th, we'll just go and hit this one. All right. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to have to call it quits here, I think. We will take this world. So I'll leave it right here. And then I'll probably sort of start to spread these out a little bit more over the coming weeks. And because I don't have any more scheduled streams over on the Slytherin channel. So I'll probably go back to about once a week doing the Distant Worlds 2 again. Anyway, I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. Remember that this game is on special at the moment, 65% off. Great deal. Only here for the week, basically. I think it's early next week it then finishes. So you may want to grab it right now. And also the DLCs are all on special as well. Some of them are 30%, some of them are 10%. But it's a good time to grab this game if you're interested. I will, if you guys are around in about 3/4 of an hour, I'll be over on the Slytherin channel, just playing some Battle Sector, which again, great game. Warhammer 40,000 with the Chaos Space Marines. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.